Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. For exclusive content, please join us at patreon.com/tamerbowling. I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Pva Bowling. Visit our partner pvabowling.com and use the special code TAMER when making a purchase to be entered into a monthly drawing. Today we're testing the new Roto Grip Idle Pearl, and we're testing it on a 40-foot medium house shot and the PBA Don Johnson 40-foot sport pattern. First impressions, it's a pretty piece that rolls as nice as it looks. For value, we gave the Idle Pearl a B+. It's moderately priced, but really looks like an excellent addition to the Roto Grip family. Overall, on house shot, we gave it an A and a B on sport shot. First, the obvious. The Idle Pearl wraps a pearl cover stock around the icon core that was introduced in the Idle. The Idle was something pretty unique to Storm being a strong, or Storm family being a strong control symmetric. It was very balanced front to back, and we're used to the Storm family in general generating quick reaction to dry boards. So here we are back to much quicker response to friction with the Idle Pearl. So as you would expect, you get easier length with a somewhat recognizable roll, but then strong punch and angle generation. For me, I got extremely comfortable going about 15-7 with this piece, and despite being a pearl, it's very predictable. The ball never surprised me and drove really nicely. Honestly, the shape was gorgeous. I don't know if that's too much, but I really enjoyed throwing it. I usually want to immediately remove the out-of-box finish, but here it worked really well. You could play it more direct or get in and wheel it. It seemed versatile and easy to use. There's something a bit Marvel Pearl-esque about it. It's a strong pearl which offers some mid-lane control, but then turns and drives through the pins. The Idle, on the other hand, is so smooth front to back, like I said, and it blends more in, and it floats longer and carries out to the friction, and it starts way earlier due to the cover strength and drives. But when I try to wheel it from around the fourth arrow like I did with the Pearl, you see how much slower it is down lane. Very different pieces. Bryan was next with the Idle Pearl, and he found it pretty easy to get to the pocket as well. He will have less side-to-side motion than me, with more tilt as well. He'll generally play closer to that friction zone or track area, and here there was always a risk. Depending on the piece of equipment, it could be too strong to play in the friction, but not strong enough to make a move in the oil. The Idle Pearl was just about a pocket magnet for Bryan. It could bounce off the friction to get to the pocket nicely. It also had length but drive from inside. As it does roll a bit earlier than some other pearls, it can leave corners from earlier friction, so if it gets outside quicker. The inside misses were more forgiving in terms of carry, but he had room on both sides. The Idle, on the other hand, is so smooth and rolly. It kind of feels labored coming up the hill for him. It's just very readable, but not as punchy. We tested on the 40-foot PBA Don Johnson Pattern, and here I take out the Idle first to get a read. Its smoothness gives you an idea of how the pattern will shape. I have to admit the Idle looked really good, but flat patterns break down quickly. So starting on the same 15-7 line, the Idle Pearl promptly goes through the face hard. Back end motion difference is crystal clear. A 2-in-1 move right and we're in business. And the ball drives really hard. It wasn't hard to find the shot at all. That hard move means you'll want to use this to open up the pattern as it breaks down. Alternatively, apply a little surface and I'm sure it'll smooth out while still offering more downlane motion than the original. Bryan has a go with the Idle Pearl, and he can play a similar line to the house shot, but obviously has to be more accurate on this tighter pattern. 12-10 is the money line. If you watch that closely, you can actually see the core transitioning, even while the polished cover gives it length, and then it arcs hard through the pocket. He can't cheat and bounce the dry boards to the outside like he can on the house shot. The Idle struck from the same 12-10 line, but again, the distinct smoothness is very clear. Bryan found the Idle Pearl to be the ball that covered the most boards for him on the sport pattern during our test, which also included the 2 winner balls. Final thoughts. I have to say the ball motion of the Roto Grip Idle Pearl was really pretty to my eyes. At first I was in a little deeper as I threw the winner, and that's much more of a skid flip piece, while the Idle Pearl doesn't want to generate as much back end. or cover as many boards left to right. But once I moved left just a hair, man did this ball shape nicely. Ball after ball going off the back of the deck, spring to 8-9. At first glance, while it may appear a touch sharper down lane from the Marvel Pearl, I feel like this ball will potentially encroach on the pedestal the Marvel Pearl's been sat on for a while. This is kind of a ball that I can see people putting surface on and using it more than the original Idol, and that's exactly what I did with my Marvel Pearl. Time and more exposure will tell, but great early impression makes the Idol Pearl feel like a keeper.
I need to tell you the Tamer bowling ball reviews